All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Wrap.
Here's a carry down for Keith Marshall. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota. And Rashard Matthews here on the catch. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He's to the 10. And he's brought down after a good gain. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, here's Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. This is Marshall. Fights off the defender. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Shorty.
Wentz to throw on second down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. First catch for the Eagles' leading receiver from a year ago. It's a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Solid. Lefty.
Now Marshall. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now a former 5th-round pick of the Eagles. This is Dion Lewis. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the time. Now a second down throw for Mariota. It's caught. Decker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reaction to those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Sproles. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Wentz. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Uncorks one for Davis. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play, Mariota to Davis. 42 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. Incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run. This is Lewis. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. From the gun, Mariota. And that's complete to Lewis. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down. Down carry for Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to Tennessee after this. Mariota now on 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 3, 3, 3.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. Third and goal, Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Great 15, great 15.
Wentz going to throw. Going long here for Wallace. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he is all the way up past the 25. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Two jet.
This is Ajayi. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Mariota on 3rd and 2. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going. I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half. Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. So the Titans come up here first and 15, but kind of interesting, the Titans were penalized the second least amount in the NFL in 2017. Here's Mariota. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired. And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game. Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. Third down here. I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete? Yeah. What happened? During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it. 6 points go by the wayside on that one. Mariota to throw it. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Mike Bennett in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive. Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6? And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Now it's Sproles. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Back now in Nashville.
Great. Let's go. Great.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Here's Ajayi. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Second down, Mariota. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Mariota gives to Henry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And this one's incomplete. Matthews the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And he's taken. Down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On play action, Wentz. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Brian Orakpo. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing is Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, got to have this one. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A give to Henry. He will push his way down to about the 14. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They'll run it again with Henry. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. And the tackle there by Chris Long. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw Mariota. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll begin the drive with a dive. And he'll be taken down at the 18. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Wentz now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent, and how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Tennessee, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
you.